Fox News, I'm Sue Guzman. Vice President Kamala Harris in her first media interview since announcing her presidential bid, telling CNN her values have not changed.
In this race, I'm the only person who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations who traffic in guns, drugs, and human beings.
Former President Trump in a town hall in Wisconsin promising to make in vitro fertilization free for women.
The government is going to pay for it, or we're going to get or mandate your insurance company to pay for it, which is going to be great. We're going to do that.
3 Dallas police officers shot last night. One has died.
Another officer seriously injured and a third officer was shot in the leg. The suspect is confirmed dead.
As Fox 4 Dallas's Peyton Yeager, one of the 2 injured, suffered life-threatening injuries. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
This important announcement coming from me. Due to a lack of interest, the rest of the day has been canceled.
It's only the last day of the week.
Good morning, I'm Rayford Brown.
Good morning, I'm Lee Barris.
And thank goodness it is Friday. And go Cardinals.
Yes, go Cardinals.
12 hours from right now. 12 hours from right now, that ball will be in the air on the way of it
Yes,
to
it will
somebody.
be. Yes,
To
it will
one,
be.
either White Oak or to Jacksonville. Depends upon who receives
It's
first.
going to be a good game tonight.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm counting on it. How about the weather? Tell me about that real
The
quick.
weather
Tonight, hot,
yes,
but
it's
not
good.
as hot.
Not as hot. It's going to be, and if you're sitting up there in the bleachers up at the top where we'll be, which is close to heaven, thank you, close to the gates of heaven, it should be a little bit cooler.
Uh-huh. Well, that's good.
Yes,
Can I take a ladder and climb up a little bit higher?
I just like, I'll take a parachute when it's time to leave, just jump.
Mm.
Those bleachers they're tall.
Yeah, if my doc is listening, I think I got a kidney stone moving around. Me squirming and wobbling and everything else. And if you see me,
We may need to just forego the game and listen to it on the radio tonight.
oh no. Doc, you need to fix this before tonight.
Well, I hate to
I'm
tell you,
going to
she's
the
out
game.
of town. That's why I had to rearrange my appointment yesterday.
We got some more docs somewhere, don't we?
Oh,
There got to be
okay.
a bunch
You
of
can go to
doctors out there.
emergency room.
Is there a doctor in the house? Is there a doctor in the audience? Come on, bring me something.
Well, you can call Dr. Murphy.
Yeah, I could do. Hey,
Yeah.
I know his. I got
He's
his
a
number.
urologist.
Yeah, there you go.
He's a kidney doctor.
Yeah. What you doing about 4 hours from now, Doc? I
Take
can
a
be
ride
there.
up to Greenville. I believe he's in town this
So-
weekend.
Well, did you watch it last night?
Yes. I wasn't impressed. There's just too many things.
Well, I was talking about the Three Stooges. I watched those last night. I found the channel they were on.
And the question I just asked you before we went on air, if we're going to give Medicare to everybody, who's going to pay for it?
Everybody else.
Think about it as, okay, you would probably have to make your doctors, your nurses, your doctor's offices, your hospitals, everybody reduce their rates,
You're
or
not gonna do that.
either the people are going to have to pay higher copays.
Well, you got a situation with hospitals and doctors too. You know, they've got to charge somebody else because they're already giving reduced rates. You understand that to certain individuals. Some
Right,
people are
correct.
indigent. They go to hospitals
Correct.
because they can get treatment and they don't have to pay for it up front.
Correct.
You go to your doctor's office, unless they know you, you're going to pay for it when you walk through the door, correct?
Correct.
You're going to pay for it when you walk through the door. So that's just the way it is. I understand that. I understand why a restaurant, if they were smart, but a lot of fast food restaurants do, of course, and you pay for it up front before you eat it.
Yeah, some of them you do.
You have to, because they're not going to let you get out of there without paying. Because a lot of people would slip out the back door. We know that. And a lot of people will go, they will choose. Here's what really is hurting us a lot. And for you folks who've had to go to an ER, I have, but only a couple of times. But those folks who go to an ER, especially on weekends, And well, the urgent care is closed. I got to go somewhere because I'm hurting. I got a splinter in my toe.
No, it's not so much that. If you go to urgent care, you have to pay right then and there.
Yeah, but they will say the urgent cares are closed, so they
It's
will wait
right.
till the
If
weekend.
you go to the
go.
hospital in the emergency room,
They gotta treat you.
you'll get a bill later on,
And
and
not pay that too.
that's right.
Okay, so that's the way that works, and that's what makes an emergency room backed up. Number one, and making a whole lot of people very ill. But because so many people use that ER, the ED, whatever they want to call it these days, as their personal physicians
Oh
or
yeah.
their urgent cares, and that's just not the way it's supposed to be done. So everybody gets hurt. Now, if you expand that to everybody else is going to get. I mean, it's just going to be a boondoggle.
Yeah. This past week,
And this government-sponsored healthcare. I don't have any friends in England, but I had friends here before he passed, and they had friends. He and his wife had
Right.
friends in England,
right.
and they came over here on a regular basis. And we would all go out to dinner, and we had lots of conversations. Well, Terry is a nice guy, great guy.
Mhm.
He and Doreen, good couple. And he said that government-sponsored healthcare stuff that we get, you may or may not see a doctor. He, as it turns out, what he was saying sounded like the VA.
Oh gosh.
It's exactly what it sounded like. So, okay, I don't think so. I just don't think
Yeah,
so. There's a problem. there.
Giving everyone Medicare is a good thing, but it's a government-sponsored health
And
insurance,
it's also an abuse.
and there's a lot of abuse, sure.
Mhm.
But I'm still thinking we're going to pay trillions yearly on that,
Mhm.
and who's going to pay these excessive rates that some of these hospitals and doctors have?
Well, they won't have them for everybody because everybody's not going to be paying. They'll just have them for the people who can afford to pay it.
And that's
And then-
why a
and
lot
then
of the
they
rates
have-
are up.
And then they have to pay for the people who can't pay it.
It's true.
It's called socialism.
So if you're
Sorry.
if your copay now is $2,000 a year, let's just throw a figure out there, and we're giving Medicare to everyone, which sounds like a great idea, but think about it. Your copay is going to double, triple. Somebody's got to pay for all this, and it's
Well,
us.
That CNN interview with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz,
Right.
Daddy Tim, yesterday. It
That's
was in the afternoon, y'all.
That's not what you called him last night.
No, it's what I'm still going to not call him. It aired last night, but it was
Yes.
recorded yesterday afternoon. I want a couple of y'all out there to just call in this morning and talk. So get your name and telephone number in right away. If you watched at least a majority of the interview last night, if you just tuned in and tuned out, that's okay. I don't want to. If you have any broadcast experience, I have a special question or two for you. If you have any broadcast experience, I got a question or two for you. Hint, hint.
Right. Well, I just really think that I would have felt more value out of the interview had it been like a live
Well,
interview.
that, and then at the end of this whole thing that they played last night, I'll have some comments about the whole show, but then they go back and they put a round table of 6 individuals there, and they analyzed it. And that was the absolute biggest waste of time that I've seen.
I
Of course, the
agree.
interview was not real good either. I will give you that. And I felt sorry for Dana Bush, whatever her
Dana.
DB.
Bash.
I
Yeah,
felt
DB.
sorry for DB. She was doing the best she could under the conditions that she was doing them under. First, she had the DNC telling her what to do. Second, she had the Harris campaign people telling her what to do. And third, she was being watched closely by the bigwigs at CNN who had control of what was going on, not the news department. The bigwigs at CNN have no news journalism background whatsoever, nothing.
I want to know what
They're
was
money
clipped,
makers.
what was
You
edited,
will never know.
what was taken out.
We'll never know. So there's no way we'll ever know. But anyway, it was an awful production.
It was so laid back, you know. It was
Well,
very
it's-
laid back.
It was. She could ask a question, but then she couldn't get an answer. So, and a couple of times, move on from one of the candidates. When one of those two said, "Move on," next question, please, with an answer.
And that's
I'm
like
sorry.
the whole deal with fracking.
We're going to talk about that in a minute. Just stand
Okay,
by.
I'll hold
But
it.
when if I cannot imagine the day that I don't care who, when I was reporting, would have told me to move on, pick another question. Oh, absolutely not, Mr. or Mrs. whatever you are or want to be. I've got a question for you. Are
Right,
you
you
going to
agree
answer
to
it or
this, right.
not?
Well,
Don't tell me to move on.
what you
You
notice
can get up and leave if you want to, but that's on you.
last night when it came to a direct question, what is your plan? It started with, well, I would like to, and then it went on to other things.
Her plan starts with the letter P. Now I will tell you to move on from there.
Okay.
First, though, I'm going to comment on a comment. This is going to surprise Lee because she told me something yesterday after the show that she got sent to her in a text message.
Oh, yeah, I had
With
several
every
of them.
political party I come across, I find fault right up front. I don't care which one it is, which ones that they are. There are many. None of them are perfect. I will, on rare occasions, find something nice to say about a party, but I'm opposed to parties. So we understand that, right? I take the other side regardless because that's my job. And if you hear that, you might want to steal a couple of seconds to recover from the shock and mark the date on your calendar that I said that occasionally I find something good with a party. Not often. I wouldn't stand near any tall trees in case a rare lightning bolt strikes you. I don't dislike any politicians. I do not dislike any politicians. They are people. They're individuals. That's my privilege. And when I point out my opinion, see as issues that we should be aware of, I will do it. You have the privilege of ignoring anything that I or anyone else says, except under unusual conditions. Don't ignore a cop when he asks you for your driver's license when he stops you down the highway. That's not one thing you can ignore. Not long, anyway. When it comes to selecting the president of these United States, all of us have a responsibility, regardless of whatever you like, whether you like the political party the candidates are attached to or not. You have a responsibility. You may not care whether the person you love is willing to have a debate, give news interviews, to answer questions that the interviewers have, as well as the questions that the responsible people among us have. And you don't have to forgive me if I want to know how the next president ticks. But I will forgive you if you don't feel a need for getting live, unedited responses from that candidate, not the party. That's between you and the ostrich standing with you. The party is not running for any office. No party runs for office. A person is the one and only entity we can hold accountable. If said candidate wants to lie, then let that candidate be American enough to take responsibility for the lie and whatever the consequences will be. It's not the party's fault. I criticized Kamala Harris a lot yesterday, and I have no regrets for that. When she announced that she would finally sit down with a reporter to answer questions, and as I also have learned, a lot of other folks out there rightfully assumed that it would be live and that she alone would be responding to those questions. Then Wednesday, it was revealed that her running mate would be there with her and that the actual interview would be in the afternoon to be aired later in the evening. If there was a time issue, CNN should have aired that interview live at whatever time Kamala could fit it into her schedule, replay it, if they chose, intact during prime time to take advantage of what all TV folks know are the almighty ratings. The transparency of this whole production comes into question. Realists, think about it. Realists do not trust either the mainstream media, nor do they trust politicians who want to stage interviews. Given that both conservative and liberal elements would love for their candidates to be slip the questions the moderators will be reading, there's no real evidence, none has ever surfaced to prove that ever happens. The parties, the candidates, the moderators, and certainly the television production companies should do everything in their power to assure us, the voters, that the debates are fair and square. And hopefully, if either candidate, when the time comes, tries to continue talking when his or her time is up, or makes snarky remarks or get personal, then I hope the moderator has enough backbone and guts to put that candidate down. I recall Wallace handling that a few years back rather forcefully with candidate at that time, Donald Trump. He did a great job.
Yes.
Since I go into the upcoming debate or debates, if they actually ever happen, with a great deal of suspicion, a natural trait I have, given the life I've lived and the people I've dealt with and the histories of so-called many politicians, I have serious doubts that one or both candidates can behave like a true American. I would rather they show their true colors by exhibiting a complete lack of awareness than to belittle each other. That's just disguising the issue. It's deflection. For you football folks, it's running interference. That just shows how short-sighted and how limited their abilities to protect this nation are. And this is not a time to have anyone in office who can't handle the job under fire, because the next president of these United States may become a wartime president at any moment. In respect to wartime, I'm going to ask you a question. Then we're going to take a weather break. All of y'all, if a family made up of unscrupulous, vicious people, along perhaps with some other members of the Klan that look away when they do bad things, threatens to savagely kill every member of your family, shots at them when they drive by, throws rocks and at them as they walk by, how would you handle that? Would you just turn over the neighborhood to them and leave? Okay, so you do nothing. The threats and attacks continue until a point where the scum sneak onto your property, snatch as many of your kinfolk as possible, kill a lot of people in the process, then run back to their home with their hostages. What now? Would you bend over and allow the attacks to continue, knowing from what they say that they plan on murdering all of you? They want you dead. They want all of you dead. Or would you mount a counterattack? In order to prevent further assaults on your family, would you just kill the attackers, knowing in reality that any who live will continue the attacks? Or would you take it to the core? Suppose another family, a powerful family in the world order in another state, says, you should just stop your relentless attacks of these scum, threaten to cut you off from buying groceries or any supplies from any other state. How about if you get somebody who says, you're being too vicious against those people who are trying to kill you? What do you do then? Would you tell them to pound sand and finish the job at hand? I would. I'm going to take care of mine first.
Yes, most definitely.
And if I was
Lock and
in place, I would do exactly the same thing, just like he's. We can take a break, do some weather, and then when we come back, flip-flopping away we go. God, I watched last night, and I'm like, all I could think about. I hope she's got some bunch of pairs of flip-flops, because that will be her signature shoes, and she could have the Kamala flip-flops. Maybe I should get some and make a fortune off of them.
Well, you know,
Today's severe weather tip is a courtesy of John Stars Electric, your standby Generac generator dealer. This time of year, hurricanes are on hands. If you live on coast along the East Coast or the Gulf Coast, the dreaded H word pops up in conversations and in television news weather segments even before the Atlantic hurricane season begins on the 1st of June. While the tropical systems can range from small to large, with each year bringing more advanced warnings of just how bad the season is going to be, the number of major storms that actually make landfall as major storms is actually pretty small. That said, even minor tropical storms can wreak havoc on coastal residents. A slow-moving tropical storm can drop as much rain as a fast-moving small hurricane. While eastern North Carolina is not considered to be the birthing grounds for tornadoes, it does happen, but it's more likely to occur in conjunction with a tropical storm or a hurricane. With tropical storms, we typically get a number of days of first watches, then warnings if a storm is moving in our direction. It's great to be prepared for those storms for any number of reasons, but you should not discount the fact that a tornado spawned by the favorable conditions in a tropical storm and can be a very extremely dangerous situation, deadly. In the event of a tornado warning, if it's issued, there's limited time, often just minutes, to take action. First thing you should know, there is no safe place in a mobile home or an RV that you may use for a summer vacation from a tornado. If the tornado warning is issued for your area, follow NOAA instructions. And if you're in a mobile home or RV, seek safe shelter elsewhere. Do not wait, just leave. If you're in a sturdy home or office setting, follow instructions you'll hear over your NOAA weather radio. Under all situations, do everything you can to protect your head. This is something I had thought about a lot. If you have a bicycle or motorcycle helmet, a hard hat, or a military helmet, a lot of y'all do, put it on. That could save your life from falling debris or limbs, even inside your house when the roof caves in. Put on sturdy shoes, no flip-flops. I like hiking boots. They're pretty good. Trail shoes, work boots, anything to protect your feet from broken glass, boards with nails, and similar dangers after the storm. Have your car keys and a spare set if available ready to take with you. You may need to use your car to escape the area. Be sure you have your identification with you. That will also help you return to your home after the storm has passed if law enforcement secures damaged areas to prevent looting. Yes, that does happen. There are scums out there. And no, regardless of the urge, you cannot shoot them. Remember, too, that the tornado may be short-lived, but the accompanying hurricane may produce severe weather, sometimes for several days at a time. While you're in the mood to plan on how to live through severe storms, you should include plans to deal with the aftermath. And the least, there will be a lot of cleanup. A word of warning, after every storm, there will be unscrupulous low-life floaters that will swarm into the area, offering to repair your roof and provide other services, whether you need them or not. If they do not have papers from the county allowing them to operate here, send them packing. Under no conditions should you pay them a nickel in advance for anything. Do that, and whatever you give them will sprout wings and you'll never see them again. If they're insistent, contact your nearest law enforcement agency, and don't be surprised if they break the sound barrier leaving the area when you do that. While all of this is hot on your mind, you might want to take the opportunity to contact John Stars Electric to get a quote on installing a Generac standby generator. From small to moderate to huge generators, John Stars Electric can handle the project. Generators are great when the power goes out for several days, but they can be mighty nice to have around in case a car takes out a power line or a thunderstorm takes out an electrical substation, sending a large area into darkness. It certainly doesn't feel like we'll ever see another cold day, but if you have neighbors who moved here to get away from the really cold winters, ask them about ice storms. Ice storms knock out power too. Yes, we have experienced those conditions right around here. John Stars Electric, 910-989-1908. Don't get too far from your radio. We'll be right back after these messages with the Marine Forecast.
This is Jacksonville High School Cardinal head football coach Bo Williams. Tune in to Freedom 97.1 and online at WSME971.com each Friday night throughout the season. For every Cardinal pass, run, and touchdown, you're home for Cardinal football right here on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-290-5599. That's 1-800-290-5599. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-290-5599. That's 1-800-290-5599.
Select Quote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Be sure to tune to WSME Freedom 97.1 and worldwide at WSME971.com tonight as the Jacksonville Football Cardinals travel across town to take on the Vikings of White Oak High School. Pre-game 6:30, kickoff is at 7 o'clock, followed by the Golden Corral post-game report. Tonight's game is being brought to you by the following fine sponsors: Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, Home Connections of Beulaville, Southern Touch Painting and Maintenance, Quizmar, Chappie's Chicken, Great Gas and Oil, Jones Funeral Home, Pro Image Solutions, the Law Office of John Drew Worley, Bayshore Animal Hospital of Swansboro, David Hall, State Farm, OAJ, and American Dream Cakes.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
It's live and local. Real on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Today's Marine Outlook through Sunday is brought to you by Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville. Experiencing occasional anxiety is a normal part of life. However, people with anxiety disorders frequently have intense, excessive, and persistent worry and fear about everyday situations. Often, anxiety disorders involve repeated episodes of sudden feelings of intense anxiety and fear or terror that reach a peak within just minutes. It spikes. These are known as panic attacks. These feelings of anxiety and panic interfere with daily activities. They're difficult to control. They're out of proportion to the actual danger and can last a long time. You may avoid places or situations to prevent these feelings. Symptoms may start during childhood or the teen years and continue into adulthood. Examples of anxiety disorders include generalized anxiety, social anxiety disorder, known as social phobia, specific phobias, and separation anxiety disorder. You can have more than one anxiety disorder at the same time. How about that? That would be a pain, wouldn't it? Sometimes anxiety results from a medical condition that needs treatment, and you don't know what to do. Whatever form of anxiety you have, treatment can help. Community Prevention Services can help you. In most cases, they can treat you in-house. On the rare occasions that a medical condition is found that causes your anxiety, the counselors will assist in recommending a treatment. At Community Prevention Services, they will recommend treatment and help you with a treatment plan. The one thing they can count on, that you can count on, is that no drugs will be prescribed. That's not the way this group works. You're included in all treatment recommendations. Community Prevention Services, standing by to help you with any issues, including anxiety. Give them a call at 910-353-0972. Offshore, a great weekend ahead if you want to spend the whole time with a fishing pole in your hand. Southwesterly winds today, 5 to 10 knot, seas around 2 feet, 1 foot ripples from the southwest every 4 seconds. Sounds in rivers a light chop. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds 5 to 10 knot, seas around 2 feet, sounds in rivers a light chop. Sunday, southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet, sounds in rivers a light chop.
Okay, and today we have a chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Mostly sunny with a high near 92 and heat index values as high as 101. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Saturday, a chance of afternoon scattered showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high near 89. And Sunday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 90.
Okay, I'm going to do a couple things here. We're going to have. I'm trying to get this our outgoing call system up, and we'll make an outgoing call in just a second. So hang in there.
Right. Yeah.
And our one of our units is on the way back. According to FedEx, it will be here tomorrow.
That'll be great.
Hopefully,
Get that hooked back up over the
I'll hook
weekend.
it up, and hopefully, I'll have it tested by Monday. Fact. 2019 as a candidate for president before dropping out and accepting VP nomination from Biden. Kamala said in a CNN town hall, her quote, "There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking." And she wanted to do it on her first day in office. Fact, 2024 moved forward 5 years. Yesterday, as the Democrat nominee for president, no, I made that clear on the debate stage in 2020 that I would not ban fracking. As vice president, I did not ban fracking. As president, I will not ban fracking. In other words, don't pay any attention to what I tell the media. That's one of my stories, really. Just pay attention to what I tell y'all on the debate stage. Fact, CNN Town Hall 2019, starting with what we can do on day one around public lands, she said, and then there has to be legislation. But yes, there's something I've taken on in California. I have a history of working on this issue. And to your point, we have to just acknowledge that the residual impact of fracking is enormous in terms of the health and safety of communities. Fact, yesterday in 2020, I made very clear, she said, where I stand. We are in 2024, and I've not changed that position. Although I've gone forward, I kept my word, and I will keep my word. So if you give enough different stories and you do exactly what you said you would do, you'd be right at some point in time. A watch that has stopped is right twice a day.
Why not just say in 2019, I was against, I was for banning it. But over the years, I've changed my position. That I would find credible.
Now, well, let me tell you what the truth is. In 2019, she was running against Joe Biden, who was opposed to fracking,
That's right.
who was in favor of fracking.
Right.
In 2019, he was in favor of fracking. She was running against him in 2019, right?
Correct.
Until she became his choice as his VP. Then she was opposed. But then she became in favor of fracking. That's what it is. She's still supporting what he says. She has not gone against what Joe Biden has said during this entire 3.5 years she's been his VP. She has not done that. She is a good lieutenant in that respect.
The one thing that confused me was when she was directly asked that question, did you change your stance?
Mhm.
She said, I still hold the same values, but what does that mean?
Okay. Well, here's my analysis of that deal with Biden. Yes, I'm going to support what he said, and right now, I'm in favor of fracking. However, since we've seen her flip-flop on this one issue, I don't know how many others there are out there. There are plenty, but last night it was just disgustingly obvious. She flip-flopped before. Why would I believe that she won't flip-flop again? Steve, can you answer?
Politicians do.
Honestly, quite often, I like to hear when they can explain why. Some can, some can't.
Right.
Do you think she did
I
last
didn't
night?
really see. I'm sorry.
Did you think she explained why she flip-flop changed her position last night?
I have not been able to watch the whole interview yet. I worked
sorry.
last night, so
Oh,
I've only
okay.
caught some snippets this morning.
How can you work?
and
You
I
went
would
fishing.
Really want to refrain from.
You were
making
fishing. You weren't
any
working.
comments.
Come on. You went fishing. Did
He
you catch
fishes
anything?
during the day.
Hey, they caught a 39-pound king on Wednesday.
Ooh,
Yay.
wow.
At the pier down there.
Oh, wow.
That was a haul. I got 2 slices from it.
Oh, really?
Wow.
You know, the best part of the king that I like, seriously, y'all can have the rest of it. Do the steaks all you want. You give me that last 1/4 of the king and let me fillet that part for the tail. Oh, that's some of the best eating. Yeah,
that's
you
good,
got
ain't
that. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Let's go back to the other stuff.
That's okay. I got you.
You need to
I
watch
would
it,
say,
though.
man. Obviously, your criticisms are not unwarranted, and I don't disagree with all of them. But
Right now.
I feel like that we're constantly missing the elephant in the room, and I hate to put this back in this on this side of the court, but the alternative is a person who's going to create absolute chaos if they go back into office. They've even said so, and we do not know to what extent the chaos they're going to create. We know that they have an enormous amount of legal issues that has to be dealt with. And now they've been told by the Supreme Court that they can break the law, that they have immunity. That really should be addressed in this conversation with all the criticisms about the Democrats. If the Republicans had a stronger candidate, she'd be annihilated. Do y'all disagree?
I don't like either candidate. I've made that about as perfectly clear as the sky is right now, and it's a beautiful day. I don't like either candidate. You gonna choose the lesser of two evils from your viewpoint. I'm gonna choose the lesser of two evils from my viewpoint, whatever that is. I assume what yours is. You assume what mine is. We both may be wrong. Because nobody knows what mine is, to be honest with you. I criticize both. I just did. I just took Trump down too. But he was not the one on stage last night. When I see him again, I saw an interview with him yesterday, a part of it. And unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to watch the whole thing because I was wrapped up in other stuff. But there were some issues there with what I was listening to. So I will go back, and when I get it, prepare. And you Trumpers out there, you probably are not going to like me at all, but that's beside the point. I'm accustomed to not being liked by all parties. Therefore, I'm doing my job.
Right. And with your opinion part this morning, I ain't gonna say I agree with a bit of it, but I respect it. I don't.
Thank you.
It's a fair opinion. I don't have to agree with it.
No, you don't.
Yeah. But like I say, the X factor is that we don't know how much chaos he's going to create, and he's established on day one he's going to start create chaos.
Okay, you said he said he was going to create chaos. Did he use those words that I'm going to create chaos?
No, he said he was going to be a dictator on day one, and that sounds chaotic to me.
Did he say he was going to be a dictator?
I'm extrapolating from what he actually said. The actual quote was he was going to be a dictator on day one.
Did he use the word dictator?
But just for one day.
Oh, okay. Did he use the word dictator?
Yeah, he did, but I don't think he meant it in the sense he was.
I don't know how he meant it, but it was a poor choice of words.
You know how Trump does.
It was a stupid choice of
turn
words.
what he said into something palatable.
Yeah, you know how
I
Trump
don't think he meant that. Well, that's what he said. They asked Brett Baer, asked him directly, is that really what you meant? And he goes, oh, yeah, I'm going to be a dictator, but just for one day. And so, I mean, he was asked directly, but he had said that before, and Brett Baer in that interview asked him again to clarify, and he did.
Yeah, I don't care if he's. I don't care if he's
ahead.
a dictator, as long as it ends on the day before he takes office, if he's elected. I don't care what kind of dictator is at his house. That's his problem, or everybody else's problem. But no, you can't bring that into the presidency. That was a bad choice of words. He should not have said it. And even if he was thinking along other terms, I don't care what he was thinking. What am I thinking? That's what he needs to understand. You agree?
I agree. I think we get caught up in looking at all the flaws of the Democrats that we have missed the major flaw that the Republicans have put at the top of their ticket. I mean, we can make excuses all day about how he says the wrong thing all the time, how he does the wrong thing all the time. It's coming out a little bit more about the altercation at the Arlington Cemetery, and turns out he had a film crew, and they told him when they got there, they couldn't come in there, and they just pushed the lady aside and went in anyway.
Huh. That's a different story. That's called trespassing too.
Well, there's
and that's the report
several
from
stories
the
come out
from the
about
Army
that.
as to what happened. And she decided not to press charges, so they ended it.
No, she doesn't have to press charges. It's a violation of federal law.
I'm telling you what,
I understand.
now he's still violating the law. I don't know if there'll be anything pursued on that part, but they actually physically pushing her out the way. She didn't press charges on them for that.
Yeah, well.
So the Department of the Army said that that was the end of that investigation. It don't mean that's not the end of all investigations. I don't know.
No.
But at any rate, the man is a guy of really poor character. That's something that'd be hard to debate somebody on. There's too many examples of it. And that, I believe, is something we should address just as vigorously as we address the issues with the Democrat ticket as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we get a little tunnel visioned on looking at the Democrats. But anyway, that's my opinion.
Okay.
I appreciate y'all letting me air it.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Have a good one.
Thanks, Steve.
Y'all have a blessed day.
You too. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Chris Rainer. Make sure you stay tuned at 9 a.m. this morning for Sports Talk. Our co-host will be Robert Farley, and our guest will be Chuck Henry, who refereed in the Osceola County area for many years. He has tons of great stories to tell us about old ball games, and as we talk about the upcoming high school football weekend, also we'll have our Woody's Roundup, Racing Report, This Day in Sports, and our Prognosticators Picks, all on Sports Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Richlands Piggly Wiggly here to get you prepared for Labor Day. Have a get-together this weekend and grill out with some fresh chicken leg quarters for just 69 cents a pound. And if you really want to be the talk of the town, cook up some of our fresh pork spare ribs for just $1.99 a pound. And get you some local green peanuts to boil up for the ball game at $2.59 a pound. And don't forget local muscadine grapes for the kiddos' lunchbox, $2.99 a pound. Get them while you can. These seeds won't last long. Don't worry. The Richlands Piggly Wiggly has your back. See y'all soon.
Flatwoods Outfitters, veteran-owned and operated, 111 Second Amendment Lane in Hubert off Highway 24 between Jacksonville and Swansboro, reminds you the hunting season will soon be in full swing and takes this time to wish you a safe Labor Day vacation. In addition to the best selection of long guns, small arms, and ammunition in the area, Flatwoods Outfitters is Onslow County's oldest total sportsman facility where you can sight in your scope or take advantage of the shooting range to sharpen your skills or learn how to safely operate sporting arms or weapons for personal security using their outdoor shooting range. The range is open Monday through Saturday from 9 to 6 and Sunday from 12 to 4. Flatwoods Outfitters encourages you to protect your Second Amendment rights. Flatwoods Outfitters can help with obtaining concealed carry permits as well. Call or visit Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, Hubert, just off Highway 24 between Jacksonville and Swansboro. Phone 910-353-7593. Flatwoods Outfitters, where they aim to preserve our wildlife and constitution.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
For over 40 years, people have trusted Liberty Tire 1137 Gum Branch Road, not only for tires and tire service, but also auto and truck repair as well. Being locally owned and operated as your hometown Bridgestone Firestone dealer, at Liberty Tire, dependability and personal service is your number one priority. Being a state-of-the-art facility and using the latest technology, Liberty Tire guarantees all their work. It's simple. If you bought tires without pricing us first, you pay too much. Liberty Tire, 1137 Gum Branch Road, Jacksonville, for all your tire needs. Phone 910-346-6655. Home Connections of Beulahville is connecting people with the American dream of home ownership. In addition to single wides, double wides, and modular homes, Home Connections offers custom building and land home packages throughout eastern North Carolina just for you. Whether it be a single wide, double wide, modular home, or custom built dream home, Home Connections will make it happen. Home Connections sincerely wants you to have the American dream, your own home. Home Connections features homes by Clayton with a variety of floor plans and amenities to choose from, and many finance options available. Home Connections can make owning your own home affordable and simple. 50% of new home buyers at Home Connections are through referrals, and references are gladly provided. For your convenience, Home Connections in Beulahville is now open from 9 to 6 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Beautiful homes, friendly staff, and finance. All you need to do now is call Bobby or Reggie, 910-298-3387. That's 910-298-3387, or visit ourhomeconnections.com.
Home Connections, Highway 24, Beulahville, on your way to and from the beach.
It's hot outside, but the summer heat does not keep Mixmaster Concrete of Beulahville inside. They can handle the heat and that concrete project on your to-do list this summer. When it comes to ready-mix concrete, nobody does it hard or quicker than Mixed Masters Concrete Incorporated, Highway 24 East in Beulahville. Whether you need concrete for an outdoor kitchen, residential, commercial, or agricultural project, Mixed Masters Concrete Incorporated can handle it. And they serve all of Eastern North Carolina. From driveways, patios, to livestock housing, Mixed Masters has the concrete. And owner Scott Thigpen will gladly provide a free estimate with delivery on Saturdays. And KPT Masonry specializes in professional concrete finishing. Again, nobody does concrete harder or quicker than Mixed Masters Concrete Incorporated of Beulahville. So, when you need ready-mix concrete, call Mixed Masters Concrete of Beulahville first, 910-298-6153. That's 910-298-6153. Mixed Masters Concrete Incorporated of Beulahville takes this time to thank those who serve us for our most prized possession, our freedom, and is proud to be a part of the continuing growth of Duplin, Onslow Jones, and all surrounding counties.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back. We're back. What an interesting event that was yesterday. And you know what? The production values, they had plenty of time after they did their recording to go through there and put up the little quotes under those little things we call chirons or
prompters.
No, it's the little
the ticker tape. Yeah, the ticker.
They put up all the information, the quotes underneath there as they were saying them, which you can't do that when you're live. And there were no misspellings on any of it. So the production values, the post-production, it's not production, it's post-production values. They had plenty of time to go through there and put all that in. Then they were able to cut back and forth. And I'm like, no. I want to see an intact interview. You cut back and forth to other things. To me, that's time to do an edit.
Oh, you know there was editing and there
I don't
was like
know it. I
retakes.
suspect it. I suspect it a great
CNN.
deal.
I don't any of the news media,
They all would do it. It doesn't matter whether it's CNN or Fox News or anybody else. They all would take the advantage, the opportunity. If this thing was good enough to run, it should have run live. If it was at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, go put it on live at 3 o'clock. You put everything else on live at 3 o'clock. If it happens, put it on live at 3 o'clock. Then tape it, record it. And then you can put it 9 o'clock for all of your folks who did not watch it at 3 o'clock because they were working.
Well, one of the benefits,
but intact,
one of the benefits of pre-recording is the people that you're questioning can just sit back and be calm, cool, have a very quiet demeanor, where when you're interviewing somebody live, you never know what you're going to get. You see what I mean?
If you do it, you do what we call as live.
Right.
I don't care anything else. You record it intact as though it's live.
Right.
And then you play it back intact.
Okay,
It's
that would
called
be
as live.
Well, it's just like bring up Donald Trump as an example. When he's out doing his rallies and he's speaking live, you know how he gets.
Yes, he
But
does.
if it was pre-recorded or he was sitting on his stool or at a restaurant table talking one-on-one with the reporter.
No. In a reporter, in a situation like yesterday, Donald Trump would have been just as cool and calm and collected.
That's
if it
what
had
I'm
been
saying,
live,
yes.
even if it was live, as it should have been, even if it was live over the air, one-on-one, Trump is not focused on being a showman.
Well, that's a good point too, because
That's the way he is. He plays to a live audience. If his live audience is a reporter and a production crew, along with a bunch of campaigners in the background, no doubt, I'd say I would clear the set. If I was doing that interview, my interview, you come in there, no, you don't have a bunch of extra people in here to help you. That's not the way this thing works. Where is you and it's me. That's it, Jack. We're going to do this. And you can get up and leave. You don't have to answer my questions. There's no law that requires it. But that's on you. Go for it.
Yeah, it's just a big difference when you're doing we're going to record this now, edit it, do whatever, and show it later.
Yeah, well, the editing part is
It's the way it
scary.
is.
The suspicions of editing. We, the people, do not trust the mainstream media. How often do we blast them?
Right.
All of us.
Right.
It doesn't matter who they are. CNN, Fox News, anybody. We do not trust them. Why would you agree to doing it the way that it was demanded that it be done?
Right.
That just gives you and everybody else the opportunity to be suspicious because we don't trust you. If I don't trust you, you've got to re-earn my trust. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
Onslow County, this is your Freedom 97.1 WSME.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
David Hall, State Farm Agent, Jacksonville. Call today, 910-455-0440. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been in the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry. Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. 4-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high-back comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features, Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
When it comes to paint and paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, Since 1957, people had depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their paint, painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge and helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville, 6 Doris Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morehead City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 Stars Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Wayne Drive in Morehead City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
There's an issue cutting through the bipartisan bickering in Congress. It's AM radio. The overwhelming majority of legislators, Democrats and Republicans, support a bill to keep AM radio in cars. But time is running out. Text AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now. AM radio is too important to let this moment pass us by.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control, with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
We are back, and we appreciate y'all joining us and staying with us here this morning. Let's see here. We've got just a little bit, then coming up at a little after 8 o'clock, we got a special guest in the studio this morning.
Yes.
And at 8 o'clock, we're going to talk with one of our listeners as well, but we can't do it right now because we're up against the wall. My values have not changed, she said last night.
Right.
Well, what were your values? And what are they now?
I just found it a conflict when you say, I've changed my stand on this issue, but my values are the same. What does that mean?
Okay, here's what I want to know. What are you going to do about the
right?
And what are you going to do about the economy? You've got two issues that everybody in this country, either depends upon who they are, it's 1 and 2.
Correct.
Some think it's 1, some think it's 2, whichever, I don't care. 1 and 2 are pretty high ranking either way.
Correct.
What are you going to do about it? Don't tell me about your fracking stuff. We've already heard about that. Don't tell me about anything. I don't care what color shoes you're going to be wearing to your inauguration. I want to know what you're going to do about the southern border. We've got 111,000 Americans killed last year from fentanyl overdoses. 111,000 OD deaths in this country. Where does fentanyl come in? How does it get into this country? You tell me.
That's right.
Across the southern border.
A lot of issues the last couple of days, which we're going to talk about later, about some illegals.
We got issues in this country right now. We got illegals trying to get aboard school buses in California.
Yes. And we have them trying to throw people out of their apartments.
They've pretty well taken
In
over
Colorado.
one location. But the
Right.
governor in Colorado said, I don't know that they're bad people. There's a picture of one of them, 3 of them together, standing
Yeah.
outside an apartment door.
Busting open the
One
doors.
has got an AR style of rifle in his hand.
Right.
I'm smart enough to identify it. The other one he's right-handed, and he's got a semi-automatic handgun in his right hand. The third one has got a semi-automatic handgun in his left hand. I can't tell the caliber, most like in 9s. because that's the choice of all crooks.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, we'll come back and we're going to talk with Mike if I can get him on the line here real fast, and then we will continue. We've got one special guest here, and
Yes.
we'll find out. The first thing we're going to do, I spent 3.5 years learning how to say Kamala.
That's right.
I'm going to spend 22 seconds this morning learning how to pronounce this gentleman's last name. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. Vice President Kamala Harris sat down for a taped interview with CNN yesterday, insisting her values haven't changed, even as some of her policy stances have.
I would not ban fracking. As vice president, I did not ban fracking. As president, I will not ban fracking.
And on illegal migration,
I'm the only person in this race who actually served a border state as attorney general to enforce our laws.
She also said she would appoint a Republican to her cabinet. Former President Donald Trump was at a in Wisconsin.
We're doing it live. Why are we doing it live and she's doing it taped?
He pitched free IVF and a tax deduction for newborn expenses. His lawyers are trying to move his Manhattan criminal case into federal court. The former president was found guilty of records to cover up an alleged affair. Sentencing is set for next month. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
Push the right button and I'll get it on the air, and I'll talk to Tim about that. He's going to help me out here shortly. Good morning, Michael. How are you?
Hello.
Hello. Who's this?
This is Sherry. Who's it?
Sherry, this is Rutherford. Did I call you?
This is store 1212.
Sorry about that. I was trying to call a gentleman who wanted us to call him, so I'm sorry about that. Well, you're on the air. Anything you want to talk about on the radio this morning?
Oh, no, thank you.
Okay, Sherry, thank you. Sorry for the intrusion.
All right.
Bye-bye. All right, Lee, you take over for just a minute.
Okay. All right, pod me up. Okay, in the studio this morning, we have Kevin Riopel. Yay, I did it right. He's a communications director for Onslow County government. And of course, our chairman of the Onslow County Commissioners, Tim Foster. And we're going to, in just a few minutes, go into talk about this strategic planning initiative that the county has going. I know when Tim was in here last week, I was like, I went on there to take the survey, and I don't quite understand the survey because you go to the survey page and it says, mark what you think Onslow County is good at or whatever. I was like, well, how do I know what you've done? But anyway, we'll get into that because we're going to talk to Mike.
And
I
got Mike on the air this time.
Well, that's
Mike,
good.
I thought you had been in for a sex change there, Mike, for a second.
Yeah, this Mike was store 23.
Yeah, I got you. How are you doing?
I'm all right. How you guys doing?
I'm fine. Trying to make a phone call, dialing with this computer in the middle of everything else is going on. I just pushed one little button and I did get somebody. She stayed on the line. That was the funny part. So,
Yeah.
What's on your mind, sir?
All right. So just take it back on Steve. I'll take too much of your time on there. I have guests in the studio. But JD Vance and Trump went out and stated that their purposes was because they was invited by the family and it was just for the family. But then they turned around and made a campaign video, which I watched yesterday, that was about immigration. And they used the images and they was using everything they got from Arlington in that footage.
Yeah, if they did that, which I understand that they did, I have not seen it, to be honest with you, but I understand that they did from media reports. And that was absolutely unacceptable. You cannot go in there when you're told not to go there, and you can't even go there anyway because it's disrespectful for doing news unless it's something related to Arlington, such as special events or something like that. That's improper, unethical, and actually, to be honest with you, it's strictly illegal.
Yeah, and they were like, "Well, it's not for campaign purposes," but then they turn around and use it for their campaign. that was pretty disgusting. But then there's a families that was upset because a lot of their family members' grave sites were captured in the footage, and they didn't give no consent.
Well, they can get a lot of money for that one.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, I don't no. I don't care who it is, Trump or anybody else. Even if Tim Foster did it,
I wouldn't want him doing that either. Although we visited there this past summer. It was a great, like you said, that's not a place you go
Nope.
and do things like that.
No, it's not. Yes, no. It can't even go to the National Cemetery in Wilmington because I lived there and in the media and everything else. You had to do it under special conditions. Now, one of the conditions, you agree, you do not even shoot the names on the markers.
Mhm. One of the markers
just does not do that.
One of the markers that I was walking along, I spotted and just saw there. I was like, oh my gosh, Pappy Boyington. Like,
was that it? Oh, in Arlington. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That
My
was-
God.
that was
That's
like, that was growing up watching the Black Sheep
Black
Squadron and Pappy Boyington and what he did in World War II with that crew off that island.
I just, that would be just an honor to be there.
Yes, absolutely.
In the presence of another hero.
Yes.
All right, and Kevin Riopel.
That's right.
Français, oui.
No. None.
It is French, right?
Yes, my last name is French, but I'm from North Carolina. So,
okay, well, you could be the French
wait,
part of North
you
Carolina.
said you were back swamp?
No, that was a joke. I'm actually from Fuquay, Verena.
I also said I've never been any real pels in back swamp.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You can have one anywhere.
Fuquay.
Fuquay. I like Fuquay. Anytime I was traveling, Raleigh, Durham, that's where I always stopped for my rest break.
Oh, okay.
For the break.
Exit 312. It
Yes.
says Fuquay, but you're still 30 minutes away from Fuquay at that exit.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I had a discussion with a cousin yesterday. He took his wife and two female relatives of hers, and they went on a trip. And he explained to them, when we make the stop, y'all all go together. Because it's going to be every hour and a half. I'm thinking hour and a half. I drive from here to Jacksonville, Florida. That's where I need to fill up with gas, and I don't stop there until I get there. Fill up with gas and, take the rest break at the same time.
No, mine was always a break there to
but
visit the facilities and then get more drink.
Yeah, yours is an hour and a half away, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what Robbie's is.
Oh, that was after stopping at 903 store right there at 903 before you get on 40. My sister and I could tell you every bathroom stop from here to New York.
You and Robbie are alike. Yeah. Okay, what do we got going on today? You started while I was trying to do something else here.
Yes, they're here to discuss the Onslow strategic plan.
Oh,
that
we've got one?
Not yet. We're working on it. We need your help, though. That's why we're here.
They have a survey online that you could take. And when Tim was here last week with Robin, I was like, I have questions about this survey. I just.
But you were trying to take it.
Well, yeah, I've got it back up again now, and we'll ask about. But you're also having some town halls next week.
That's correct.
All right. All right. Explain the survey and what it's all about.
All right. So when we got our new county manager, David M. Smitherman, he started this strategic plan process. Onslow County, it's been a number of years since we had a strategic plan. And what we wanted to do was seek community engagement about where do you see the county moving forward into the future. And we want to make a plan for the next 5 years. And we're trying to collect data and comments from the citizens. And we'll use that to inform the budget making process, help create priorities for our government. And we want to make sure we're doing what the citizens want us to do. And so part of that is collecting this information. So we started this, we partnered with Barry Dunn. They're a consultant that we're working with to do the strategic plan website that we have where you can do the survey. And so we're taking all this information about what you think the county does well, what you think we can do better at. There's some open-ended questions where you can just type whatever you want about, what are your priorities? What do you see as like needs for the future? That's all in the survey. And then also on the survey website, we have an ideas wall, and there's 5 different categories. You pick a category like healthy community, and you can say, well, I think we need to do better at X, Y, and Z. Or there's a a public safety category. You say, I think we need to do better at this. Or you can say, I think we're doing a great job at this. Keep it up. We'd like to hear that too.
What kind of response are you getting?
We're getting a really good response. We just met with a consultant earlier this week to see, and they recently did a county of 1 million people, and we are almost at the same level of response with our county of 210,000 people.
Okay,
So we're getting a lot of engagement, which is very exciting.
They've done a great job of getting the information out, getting it out through our web pages, our Facebook, the town halls and meetings that are coming up. So Kevin and his team has done an excellent job of getting the information out to get the responses.
Are you required to give your name, address, and social security number?
You are not.
Okay.
So on the ideas wall, there is a field where you can type in your name. It's not required, and it actually doesn't even show to the other users. So when you go onto the ideas wall, it's kind of like little thought bubbles that pop up. So you can see everything that the community is typing, and you can go on there and you can like or dislike other people's comments.
Oh, really?
Yes. And so you can also, but if you share your name, it's that we have that information, or our consultant does, but it's not available publicly.
The one thing that I have seen about some of these comments is knowledge. It's like a comment here about paving roads. The county doesn't pave the roads, the State Department of Transportation does in most cases. And that's a lot of things that people don't, that's just one of the things that some people don't understand. And there was a lot of road improvements and paving roads in here, and back roads, highways being completely ignored. But like I said, that's not up to the county.
Right. Those are all state maintained roads. You don't get into anything that's not state maintained until you get it to the municipalities, and they just have a handful of roads that they're responsible for. But other than that, the county is not responsible for any, because they're all state maintained. And it's a good thing that we're not, because the amount of roads that are running through the county and the miles that we have would just be astronomical.
But the county, Mr. Chairman, you do involve yourselves with the DOT from time to time as far as what they're planning and their urgencies are.
Yes.
I know you guys work with them, right?
Yes, we have people stay in touch with those. Our county manager, assistant county managers will reach out to them. Even we have some concerns, we'll still send those concerns over to DOT to see if we can help with situations. One of the big things now that I think we've actually got it in our legislative goals is the orphan roads, which would be the housing developments that no longer has anybody helping them with those roads. And there's a fund that's been set up, but it hasn't been passed or funded yet. So I think that's something that we're involved in. We have no control over it, but we do have that voice of trying to get that passed and through there so we can start helping the communities in Onslow County to take care of those orphan roads within those developments.
Now, here's the way I understand that is a guy comes in, or a company comes in, they go into develop an area, they buy 100 acres of land, and they're going to put in 50 houses in that 100 acres of land. They put in the roads themselves.
Right.
Water and sewer is going to be another story if it's in the county.
Right.
There's an option there, right, at some point in time. But then there's these roads. There are not many roads out there that don't need maintaining.
That's right.
And then as soon as this guy finishes his project, he's gone.
That's right. Most of these communities or developments that are in this situation were built back in the 80s, and no one has been there maintaining those. And at this point, these roads have to be up to state standards before the state will take them over.
Yeah,
and
there are potholes in them.
It costs quite a bit to get them to standard.
So who's going to do that?
We're pushing for the state to get that orphan road fund done so we can start having our communities to apply for that funding and get those roads taken care of.
Would that not be before you guys approve, give all the the nod to the companies that are going to be developing these lands? What's your plans for the 15, 20, 30 years down the road here for these roads, sir?
Now, these communities when they're completed, they're taken over. They're part of the state system.
Okay, gotcha.
So, yep, those now have changed from my understanding that these roads will be taken care of as we move forward.
I like that. That's all. So, guys, you already got an answer to some of your issues there, I'm sure. What other issues are on there that people are talking about?
Well, it's really anything that's on their mind. And I wanted to put out a plug for the community visioning forums that we're having next week. So on On Tuesday, September was that 3rd, we're having one at the Sneads Ferry Environmental Education Center at 6 o'clock in the evening. And then the next day, on Wednesday, September 4th, we're going to have two, where the first one's going to be at 11:30 a.m. at Hammocks Beach State Park. Nice. And then the next one will be at 6 o'clock at the Onslow County Government Center. So we're trying to spread them out across the county. So in the middle of the day. So if you can't make the evening ones, maybe you can make the daytime one. And what they are, they're not drop-in, drop-out sessions. They start at that start time, and our consultant's going to help facilitate discussions, break people up into focus groups, and there will be genuinely listening to the citizens, the people who show up, and recording their comments.
Are you getting any preview about maybe how fire departments are playing, what kind of issues you're having with the fire or EMS in the area? In the county?
Well, that is another part of one of our strategic focus areas is to sort of reimagine the EMS systems or look for EMS system alternatives and see how we can better provide services to citizens, and whether or not that is, partnering with some of the local municipalities and helping them bolster their EMS response, or maybe getting some more private EMS systems in the area. We don't know, but we also partnered with Barry Dunn, the same consultant. And so they're examining our EMS system as well.
We'll be getting some results from that, and there will be some changes. There may be some innovative changes that it'll take people some time to get accustomed to, but those changes on that innovative side is going to make things more efficient and effective for us, what we're doing, and really get the calls prioritized, and maybe not have a ambulance off the road with something that is not life-threatening, that we may be able to take care of in another manner, provide transportation in another manner, so we can make sure those ambulances are available for those life-threatening life support calls.
Right. And I know that I see a lot, we're going back to roadways, and I see where there's some talk about the growth of Swansboro. There's been a lot of discussion on social media the last couple of days since school started about the traffic.
You think?
And the needs. And so I was reading some of this, and you've got some of this in, some people have expressed on this survey that traffic is a big problem.
Oh, yes. Eastern North Carolina is a crown jewel, and everybody else is finding out about it. And our population now is just over 213,000, but within the next 40 years, we're going to be over 270,000.
Yes.
So a lot of things are coming. A lot of issues are coming, and town of Swansboro is going to be faced with lots of infrastructure changes and roadways, and they got a few roads that they have to take care of, unfortunately for them. And then there's the main one that comes right down the middle, which is the state maintained roads. But we've got the growth of Onslow County. Swansboro is growing, exponentially. But when you go to the southern side too, Holly Ridge, Sneads Ferry is just jumping off the charts, and the growth is huge. And this strategic plan, a lot of the information being gathered there will be part of the plan moving forward with the growth and other things that we're facing. So I think it's been great that Mr. Smitherman or David has come in and has started with this strategic plan to really, and he's not limited it to just one group here, but all people, everyone in Onslow County has the opportunity to take this survey and voice their opinion and share their thoughts. They're doing it with the citizens. They're doing it with the business owners. They're doing it within the school, with the schools, not necessarily within the schools, but with the schools. So there's a lot of opportunity for everyone in the positions they sit in to provide feedback, so we can develop a strategic plan that represents Onslow County.
A guy named Dr. Orrin Pilkey back in the 80s, I think it was, wrote a book called The Dynamic Zone. He's a Duke professor, as I recall it was. And the dynamic zone is our coastal beaches. And the dynamic zone, dynamic meaning to him, they move in and they move out. And anything you put there is subject to being removed by Mama Nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are we taking any steps to secure those immediate coastal areas, to put some controls, if you will, for future development? Can't do anything about what's there right now. Mama Nature will take care of that for you. But
Right.
The future.
And they've run out of land.
Uh-huh.
So, which is to me has been kind of amazing that I can still drive down North Topsail and find build a house, a home going up.
Yeah.
Because of so much traffic. But North Topsail and Surf City and Topsail Beach, all those townships have working on what they're able to do to slow that roll down there. But right now, our island it's definitely a lot more populated. And the thing is, with the population there, there's a lot more people that stay there year round
Yes,
than
there
what
are. It's
we
not
used
just
to have. It's
vacation
not
homes.
just the vacation homes there now, especially Surf City.
Mhm.
You get into Surf City, stores or businesses that used to close in the off season are open all year. So that in itself tells you what is becoming permanent homes and residents there. But yeah, they're definitely going to have to make sure we do some things to maintain what those islands are. And North Topsail has done a really good job talking about the Onslow County end of it with some engineered beaches and things to
Right.
maintain that. You go down there and the beaches are a lot wider than what they were. And of course, over time, Mother Nature is going to have an impact on that, but they're designed in a manner that their lifespan is going to be a lot longer. And even the south end has done a lot more in the Pender County area when you get down into Topsail Beach with those beaches and getting that sand on them and engineering them differently. So it's been kind of interesting. I wish I knew the science behind it, but I don't. But I'm glad there's people that do, because the way, if you go down and look down the beach now, you see the beach, then you see a set of dunes, then you see more sand or whatever you want to call it, then another set of dunes are there.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of work, and those beach engineers are doing
They're doing a great job with
really,
that.
really good job of doing that. And the towns are doing a good job of getting grants and money to help do that. North Topsail with the USDA grant that they've used that part of the tourism funds is going to help. I think they're still coming to us, and we're still helping pay that note for North Topsail Beach to maintain the integrity of the beaches and that crown jewel of the coast.
Has just got a grant, $20 million to expand the for 5 years, $20 million.
$20 million. The phase of, and Kevin may know the numbers off the top of his head. I don't want to put him on the spot, but the phase we just opened up was $12 million
Yes.
itself. I believe.
So phase 5 was a $12 million investment to keep the landfill up to pace with the growth of the county. The $20 million wasn't just for expansion of the landfill, but it's to buy some of this enormous equipment that weighs 120 tons and crushes the trash down to like just tiny little pieces. So it's more than just expanding the landfill, but it's keeping the equipment operating. It's keeping Onslow County growing is really what it's doing.
Back when I was vacationing in South Florida on an annual basis, until it became overpopulated, there around Fort Pierce, as I recall, somewhere north of the big metro areas, there was a landfill there right along I-95. I don't know whether you've ever driven. It looks like a mountain because every day they covered it with sand, dirt.
Right.
And that thing was probably 100 feet tall the last time I passed it, which was many years ago. I did not know they had a mountain on the coast in South Florida, but they do. What do you do with it when this thing gets to a certain time that you got to have air, oxygen to be able to climb to the top of it? Do you move to another location?
Well, you expand outwards. So
Uh-huh.
it'll get to a certain height, and then you just kind of build on around it.
How tall can you build one?
I don't know, but I do know that we jokingly say that the landfill is the tallest point in Onslow County.
Probably is.
You go up there, and we talked about engineered beaches down on the island. And the
this is a-
science that
this
goes
is
that
a huge
the science that goes into the landfill and the requirements. As you're going into the landfill, and I talk to the folks that out there run the landfill and take care of that. I've always seen the signs, and I feel sure everybody else sitting at the table has seen those signs going. All loads must be covered to enter the landfill.
Right.
I always thought, man, mine's not covered, but they're obviously not talking about my truck to go dump there at the containers. But I know it's necessary because we don't want trash flying out, but we can't have but so much that's on the side of the road going up to the landfill before we're in violation of regulations.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it's just things that are required. And Jamie's doing a great job out there, our director at the landfill. and then the technology and the layering to create compaction. And so you can continue to bring it on and the different things. I mean, it's just, I know that I'm glad that Jamie Harrell was in that position. He's got a great team out there to get every little inch of property out there to get the biggest bang for our buck out there. Because as we talked about last time, we don't want to deal with transfer fees moving our trash to another
That's
county.
expensive. Now, are we recycling, as I'm talking about we as in the individuals in this county, are we recycling like we should? Do you
No.
still find recycle stuff that can be recycled? I can't say that other word. Stuff that can be recycled in regular trash.
Yes, we do, and it does take up space in the landfill. So and that's unfortunate. So it's a continuing education piece. And then there's things that people think we can recycle that we can't. So if you look at the bottom of your plastic cup, depending on the number that's in the recycle symbol, I think the last time I checked, we couldn't take red Solo cups at the Sunoco recycling facility because that's a different type of plastic. But we could take your regular plastic bottles, your 2-liter type bottles, and or dirty pizza boxes.
Can you take the lids on the 2-liter bottles in the recycle?
Well, the advice is you're supposed to pry the lids off and maybe even that little ring too. But and then stuff like a pizza box, it's cardboard, but if it's covered in grease and cheese, you can't put that in there.
Right. Well, another big problem with that is the city changed.
My wife is a queen on the recycle
Well,
stuff.
see, I used to have a tall can full of recycle until the city changed what you could recycle. And now it's like a half can because there's a lot of things that we used to put in our cans for recycling we can't do anymore because it's been like that for 3-5 years.
So
the city changed.
I used to work for the city, and it was the Sunoco who runs the recycling facility out there, and they were complaining about their waste stream having some of these things that you can't recycle in. So when we initially started this recycling at your home in Jacksonville, and they'll sort it all out at the facility, and you don't know what's going on there. But there's a giant series of conveyor belts, and there's people with gloves on just taking things and throwing them out. But it goes so fast, they get kind of overwhelmed. So they can't take all of the things out that aren't supposed to go into the waste stream. So and then Jacksonville has grown. So we had to change tactics and do some better citizen education on, well, we can take this, but we can't take that. And then why are you putting Christmas lights in the recycling bin anyways? That makes no sense. So
and
recycle for next year.
And it's everybody trying to do what they think is right. And it's and the right thing. It's just, we don't realize the number of different plastics that are out there, those that can be recycled and what interferes with recycling. But we do have a recycling Sunoco going on out there at the landfill, and you can see on the back of there is the crushed cubes or whatever you call them, where they've got them ready to go.
It's also economically driven too. So there was a certain period of time when some legislation was passed and every bar had to recycle all their glass bottles, and that tanked the glass bottle recycling economics. And so it was no longer economically viable to sort of accept glass and ship it out to where it needs to go to those facilities.
So now we do cans.
Well, cans have always been a little bit of a moneymaker from what I understand.
Yes,
I'm not the
it's a
recycling
metal.
expert. This is a couple of years old when we were redoing our education for the recycling campaigns. But
There is a metal recycling place in North. I saw it on 2 trips to New Bern in the last week or so. I was amazed. It's probably 150 feet tall, this pile of metal that's over there. Have you seen it? I think
not.
it's still in Onslow County, but it's pretty close to the county line.
I mean, they used to, J&E Salvage used to have a massive one out there. And now I think Foss has bought J&E. And that's something that if parents, you have little kids and you drink a lot of drinks from aluminum cans, take those kids and get them putting those aluminum cans in those trash bags and go about once a month.
You can sell it.
And you can take it over to one of these recycling facilities and they can get, $12, $15 a bag or whatever it is, and money in their pocket.
When I grew up, before your time, we used to go along and pick up soft drink bottles.
Yes, sir.
We got 2 cents a piece for those suckers.
Then we take them up to the little country mom and pop store and trade them in and get us a drink and a pack of M&Ms after walking 3 miles up and down the road to get the money.
See, we got our exercise. We weren't all flabby and fat and all. We got our exercise and we made some money.
And we are not indoors.
There you go.
Okay, Kevin, real quick, what do you hope to accomplish by doing this? What's your goals? What's the county's goals in asking people to take this survey?
So we are sincerely asking for engagement from the community, from the citizens, because we want to know what they think is important. We want to know what matters to them. And that is going to guide the Board of Commissioners in their setting their priorities, the level of funding for certain things when they go through the budget creation process. So we really want to know what's important to the people of Onslow County, and what can Onslow County, as a government, our elected officials, all of our departments working together, what can we do to make this truly the community of choice in coastal North Carolina?
So where do they find this survey?
They can find it on onslowcountync.gov. There's a pop-up that comes up, and it has the list of these meeting dates. There's also a bar at the very top of the website that says Community Survey. You click on that. It's all over the homepage of onslowcountync.gov. You can't miss it.
Guys, you can't miss that one. Let's do it.
It's all listed on our social media today.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
And Tim says he'll buy you a hot dog for everyone that's filled out.
That's going to be a couple hundred hot dogs, or a few thousand, maybe, I think. So
Just kidding.
we'll be going to Sam's.
There'll be virtual hot dogs.
And real quick, Tim, because I know we've got to go, but I have a listener that asked me to ask you who you think will win tonight between Southwest and Richlands.
I'll tell you,
yes, sir. Go ahead and try that one.
I'll tell you,
oversized.
it's going to be worth going out to watch the Southwest Richlands football game tonight. I think it's going to be a really good ball game, and as what it's been for a long time now, it's going to come down to the wire, and it may be down to who has the last possession. So it's going to be a really good ball game. I'm actually going to go tonight. I'm going to try and start over at White Oak to watch a little bit of the Jacksonville White Oak game, and then take off and go over and watch some of the Richlands Southwest game. And Onslow County's got a lot of football going on at home this week. You've got Northside going to Swansboro, Jacksonville going to White Oak, and Southwest going to Richlands.
And the reason you know all this off the top of your head is?
Well, because I may be working in that athletic position for Onslow County Schools.
There you go.
And,
all of the above.
Yep, and not Onslow County government. It's Onslow County Schools.
Kamala, we do appreciate you.
All right. Well,
at least you're not flip-flopping.
That's right. That's right.
I will definitely finish my survey today and get it in.
Outstanding.
But there's a lot of good comments on it. Like I say, from what I've seen, well over 50% is something that the county has no control over anyway. But there are some other comments in there that are really great.
Right. We're going to get a lot of compliments on a lot of things that the county is doing well.
Right.
And then we're going to get information on things that we need to improve on.
Right.
So we want to hear the things that we need to
Are you going to
improve
let
on.
us know the results?
I'm sure there's a point
so-
where that's going to be out.
So actually, if you come to one of the community input sessions, when we first started the campaign for the survey, we had this deadline of August 14th that we were pushing. And the reason we're pushing that is we wanted to have enough data to collect and present at some of these community input sessions.
Okay, good.
So the survey is still open. We extended the deadline after that, but we were really driving people to do that survey ahead of time so you can see what some of the community members are saying, and then you can also take the survey yourself when you
That's
come
a
to
good
the
move.
session.
Thank you. Gentlemen, thank you for taking your time this morning.
No, you got it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us
very
on.
much.
Anytime, Kevin. Repel.
Repel.
Okay, you're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back with weather.
Hey, this is Chris Rainer. Make sure you stay tuned at 9 a.m. this morning for Sports Talk. Our co-host will be Robert Farley, and our guest will be Chuck Henry, who refereed in the Onslow County area for many years. He has tons of great stories to tell us about old ball games, and as we talk about the upcoming high school football weekend, also we'll have our Woody's Roundup, our racing report, this day in sports, and our prognosticators picks, all on Sports Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Be sure to tune to WSME, Freedom 97.1, and worldwide at WSME971.com tonight as the Jacksonville Football Cardinals travel across town to take on the Vikings of White Oak High School. Pre-game 6:30, kickoff is at 7 o'clock, followed by the Golden Corral post-game report. Tonight's game is being brought to you by the following fine sponsors: National Dodge, Ram, Liberty Tire, Golden Corral, Modern Exterminating, Hadley Family Chiropractic, Jacksonville Heating Contractors, CNS Paint, Bartley Insurance, JOEMC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, Lane Family Dentistry, and Fountain Management.
If you are looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocmc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand-selected, and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers send their friends.
Call today, 910-355-7066.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're solving a whole lot of issues in here after these gentlemen. So we're really on top of all this. The Marine Outlook for today through Sunday brought to you by Community Prevention Services. Experiencing occasional anxiety is a normal part of life. However, people with anxiety disorders frequently have intense, excessive, and persistent worry and fears about everyday situations. Often, anxiety disorders involve repeated episodes of sudden feelings of intense anxiety and fear or terror that reach a peak, and it only takes a minute or two to happen. These are known as panic attacks. We've heard that phrase for a long, long time. Yes. These feelings of anxiety and panic interfere with daily activities. No kidding. They're different to control, are out of proportion to the actual dangers involved, and can last a long time. You may avoid places or situations to prevent these feelings. If you know that you're going to a place and there's a possibility that it's going to cause you some anxiety, don't go there. That will be first. Symptoms may start during childhood or the teen years and continue into adulthood. Examples of anxiety disorders include generalized anxiety disorders, social anxiety disorder known as social phobia, specific phobias, and separation anxiety disorder. You can have more than one anxiety disorder at the same time. Sometimes anxiety results from a medical condition that needs treatment. You might not know. You may just fear. You may just think about, oh my God, that's the C word, the cancer. I know I've got it. I've been watching on TV, and then you have this little anxiety disorders because you got some of the same symptoms. Don't watch those ads and don't read the internet. Whatever form of anxiety you have, treatment can help. Community prevention services can help you. In most cases, they can treat you in-house. On the rare occasions that a medical condition is found that causes your anxiety, the counselors will assist in recommending treatment. At Community Prevention Services, they'll recommend treatment and help you with a treatment plan. The one thing you can count on is that no drugs will ever be prescribed. They don't do that. That's not the way this group works. You're included in all treatment recommendations. Community Prevention Services standing by to help you with any issues, including anxiety. Give them a call at 910-353-0972. Offshore today, a great weekend ahead. If you want to spend the whole time with a fishing pole in your hand, the fish are biting, they are running. And next week, we'll start talking about the H word, but it's not going to be happening next week. We're just going to be watching them very closely. Offshore today, southwesterly winds 5 to 10 knot, seas only about 2 feet, 1 foot ripples from the southwest every 4 seconds. Sounds and rivers a light chop. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds pretty much the same, 5 to 10, seas about 2 feet. Sunday, pretty much the same thing, 2 to 3 footers with winds out of the southwest at 10 to 15 knots.
And today we have a chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high near 92. Tonight, football Friday. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, a low of 73. And the slight chance of showers and thunderstorms should not interrupt the football
No, we're not
games.
going to let it.
No. So Saturday, a chance of afternoon scattered showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high near 89. And Sunday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 90.
Yeah. We mentioned a little while ago about some of the shenanigans that are going on across the country. One of them in California on 2 different occasions, about 20 on one occasion, 20 bus stops to pick up some kids, elementary school kids, and about 20 illegal immigrants tried to get aboard the bus, forcing their way aboard the bus. Thank God that their bus stop had a bunch of parents, it's early in the school year.
Oh, yes.
They had a whole bunch of parents standing by too, and they said, no way. So they backed down. Then at another location, 3 forced their way aboard.
Right.
A bus with elementary school kids. Okay, people.
Well, I know.
We ain't going to put up this stuff. Now, I don't know how you do it back wherever you came from, but you can take your mess and go back there.
I know. I heard on the news this morning that they were hoping to gather some video from it, hoping some parents took video so they could actually determine were these immigrants confused. They thought that the bus was for them or what was going on.
All right, the governor of Colorado.
That's terrible.
Jared Polis dismissed outrage a whole in the area. Watch some video that went viral. Video had 3 armed Venezuelan gang members. They've been identified. Gang members, one arm with an AR, another arm with a handgun in his right hand, the other arm with a handgun in his left hand, trying to get into an apartment. They're trying to take over places.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to kick people out.
Did you
so
see
they can
that
take
video?
Over. I did.
It was horrible.
But the governor said, no. This is just your imagination.
Yeah.
Looking at the video, I got the most vivid imagination on earth then because I can see it. I know what it is. I know what they're doing. So how can you tell me, Mr. Governor, that this is my imagination?
Well, is it going to be his imagination when a homeowner shoots somebody dead to protect their
I'm
property?
looking at here, this one guy with the AR, he's already taken up a stance.
Yes. Did you see how they were taking a sledgehammer and just busting the doorknobs, the outside
You
of
know
the door
what,
off?
folks? Y'all from Venezuela, you ain't nearly that big down here.
Did you see? There's a video of a woman showing where she has put all the way down the side of her door, on her door, deadbolts. And she's got 4
Sure.
or 5 of them all the way down.
They will not stand a chance.
She says, even after I go take out the trash, I'll come back in and have to lock all the deadbolts.
You know, the only one that you can really do anything like that with is going to be a steel door, and it's not going to be with deadbolts. They keep honest people
I
out.
put bars.
But if you put a bar like they
Mhm.
used to do in the good old cowboy days on
Yes.
barns and everything else, put a bar across there, a pipe bar, not a wooden
Yes.
bar.
Exactly.
Bolts go all the way through. They don't show the bolt
Right.
side, the nut side on the outside. Stove bolts on the outside, washers and what, and on the inside. I mean, I hate to lock myself in my own house.
Well, I pretty much do every day.
Well,
I mean, as
do,
soon as I
but
come
I'm
home, I
talking
lock
about
the
total.
doors.
I'd lock the doors, but these are not secured.
Yeah,
There-
that's
there-
beyond.
There are no doors that are secured. Come on, give
That's
me a break.
living in fear.
That's the problem, and I
That's
refuse
not
to do
right.
that. I'll create fear for you. That is going to be
Well,
on
let's
you.
just go put the governor in one of those apartments.
Yeah,
let him spend a
let that
weekend
be-
there.
Let that be his governor's
And then
mansion.
we'll just be out there making stomping sounds out in the hallway and
Just to
corridor
scare
all
him.
night long, just to scare them.
Take a break. You're live at Local Real Talk. We'll be right back.
Coming up on the next Goddard's Gold, Labor Day hits. Music, stories, and interviews with the Supremes, the Beatles, the Angels, Little Eva, the Animals, Simon and Garfunkel, Donovan, Beach Boys, Sonny and Cher, Elvis, the Rolling Stones, the Four Seasons, Labor Day hits. Ton of them coming up next Goddard's Gold. Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Freedom 97.1 and 1120 a.m. WSME.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville. Open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What?
Huh? I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
David Hall, State Farm Agent, Jacksonville. Call today, 910-455-0440. Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solitech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997, with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers commercial financing and residential financing as low as 0%. With hurricane season here, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Humphrey Heating and Air also does residential and commercial plumbing, air duct cleaning for better breathing, and services all brands of HVAC. Turn to the Carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning. With locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead, visit online humphreyheating.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more at a locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store on Main Street in Maysville, where good things cost less. Half-cut boneless ribeye loin, just $9.99 a pound. T-bone steak, $10.99 a pound. London broil, $4.99 a pound. Fryer leg quarters are only 69 cents a pound, sold in a 10-pound bag. Pork spare ribs, just $1.99 a pound. And 10 pounds or more fresh ground beef is only $3.19 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your Maysville Piggly Wiggly, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Over in produce, sweet whole cantaloupes, you get 2 for $5. Seedless white grapes are just $1.99 a pound. Jumbo white onions, just 99 cents a pound. How about juicy whole seedless cool watermelons, just $4.99 each. And fresh Roma tomatoes are $1.59 a pound. And you get 3 12-packs of the 12-ounce size Coca Sprite for just $15. Get ready for Labor Day with a visit to your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store in downtown Maysville. And remember, say big with the pig.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
All right, it's been 2 years. 2 years ago, before dawn, at Atlantic Beach, just up the coast here, and we're seen breaking into cars on the beach area. One of those men, according to police, stabbed 65-year-old Randy Miller to death. He was found in his driveway, died at the hospital. The 3 men, still unidentified, after 2 years, still not under arrest. Don't know who they are. They're still at large. Images were sent to the FBI in an effort to identify a vehicle possibly linked to the 3 men. The lab report came back and said that the vehicle was a silver Volkswagen CC between the years of 2013 and 2017. A silver 2013 to 2017 Volkswagen CC. If you have any information that might be helpful, regardless of how insignificant you think it may be, please contact the North Carolina Bureau of Investigation, the SBI, at 919-300-6860. That's 919-300-6860. There is a standing reward of $55,000 for information that provides useful. Keep in mind that the car and the killers are not necessarily from Atlantic Beach, not even necessarily from Carteret County. They got a car, they can go anywhere. I'm sure that the family and friends of Randy Miller would like some closure.
Somebody's got to know something.
Somebody knows something.
If you knew something, say something.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break here. We're going to talk a little bit of sports talk when we come back. Don't go away.
That's right.
Freedom 97.1, WSME.
Hampton Hadley of Hadley Family Chiropractic is a Palmer graduate and certified in chiropractic pediatrics. Hadley Family Chiropractic of Jacksonville offers comprehensive care for you. Hadley Family Chiropractic provides services for back pain, headaches, leg pain, neck pain, numbness, shoulder pain, work and sports injuries. Your comfort is their ultimate concern. Hadley Family Chiropractic offers state-of-the-art chiropractic care as well as transportation. There's very little wait time and same-day appointments are available. Open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 till 5, Friday 7:30 till 12, and available Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays by appointment. Hadley Family Chiropractic, 1905 Gum Branch Road, by phone, 910-938-2332. That's 910-938-2332 for Hadley Family Chiropractic.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. Closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters. And they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Flatwoods Outfitters, veteran-owned and operated, 111 Second Amendment Lane in Hubert off Highway 24 between Jacksonville and Swansboro, reminds you the hunting season will soon be in full swing and takes this time to wish you a safe Labor Day vacation. In addition to the best selection of long guns, small arms, and ammunition in the area, Flatwoods Outfitters is Onslow County's oldest total sportsman facility, where you can sight in your scope or take advantage of the shooting range to sharpen your skills or learn how to safely operate sporting arms or weapons for personal security using their outdoor shooting range. The range is open Monday through Saturday from 9 to 6 and Sunday from 12 to 4. Flatwoods Outfitters encourages you to protect your Second Amendment rights. Flatwoods Outfitters can help with obtaining concealed carry permits as well. Call or visit Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, Hubert, just off Highway 24 between Jacksonville and Swansboro. Phone 910-353-7593. Flatwoods Outfitters, where they aim to preserve our hunting heritage, wildlife, and constitution.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you money on your automobile insurance with are available now. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today with Tammy Fry Allstate. Phone 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro.
Summer vacation season is here, and if your plans include hitting the road to do some traveling, then make a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle. A trip to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value on all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in the area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. And one is really nice is there's no long wait time. Silent Service Center knows you are busy and will have you back on the road in a hurry. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Yeah, real quick warning here too. The Mexican border state of Chihuahua is on alert for members of a violent Venezuelan gang. They're known as TDA. They received reports that members of the gang are moving through Mexico and they're planning to cross into the United States near El Paso, Texas. I think that's kind of like the pipeline where they've been doing it all along. And this is a group, they're heavy into extortion, money laundering, drug trafficking, and deadly criminal behavior, human trafficking. They're not good people. Sex trafficking, debt bondage. In other words, they kidnap you, they hold you for ransom, all sorts of stuff. They're not really good people. They often kill. They often kill the people, the women, young girls and women that they put into the sex trafficking trade. When they have no use for them anymore, they kill them, and then they publicize their deaths as a threat to other people. Okay, good news coming up in a couple of minutes. We've got the boys and the boys in the band.
Sports Talk with Chris Rayner.
Chris Rayner. And he's got a couple of guests in this
his
morning.
Special guests today is Robert Farley and Chuck Henry.
Chuck Henry.
They both used to be referees. Spent a lot of years doing sports.
Here come the judge. Here come the judge. Yeah.
They're gonna talk about all their stories. I imagine they have got some stories.
Probably the stories that they can tell without slamming someone. Tonight, don't forget, it's going to be White Oak and Jacksonville High squaring off at White Oak tonight, beginning at 7 o'clock. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
I'm not sure about the traffic, how it's going to be. Get there early.
Pre-game.
I would leave now if I were you.
You could listen on WSME.
In case you get caught in the line and you're stuck in traffic tonight as you're trying to get there, we cover the kickoff. We have a pre-game show beginning at 6:30.
That's right.
We got Bob Warlick and we've got
Jerry Allen.
Jerry Allen and Bob Warlick.
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Is going to be there.
And Ashley will be there.
Yes, Ashley. He'll be on the sidelines.
He'll be running up and down the sidelines.
Yeah, he'll be the one you see aggravating the refs.
So when do they have it? Nah. Anyway.
No,
okay. Anyway, so it's a good time. We'll be up there and we'll be just saying hey to y'all.
That's right. And they also have that post game sponsored by Golden Corral.
That's right.
After
I forgot about that one.
The game is over.
Yeah, Golden Corral. I may eat there today. You never can tell.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. After Sports Talk, which is coming up after Fox News break here, then sometime after 10 o'clock, going to have another dose of the Daily D's with Rick at 3 o'clock. He'll hand it off to Hollywood. Hollywood will be getting himself ready and running on out to the White Oak game.
Yes.
Meanwhile, have a great weekend. We'll be back Monday, and hopefully we'll have at least one of our phone lines up and operating.
We will.
Yay,
I have faith.
You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m., WSME. Fox News is now.
WSME, Camp Lejeune.